Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation.
It's so much easier to travel than it used to be. When we travelled with Beyond 2000, there was no GPS, there was no blah, blah, blah. Now, you can put on your phone that wherever you are and say, I want to go to blah, blah, and you press a button, it tells you how to get there on the subway, how much it'll cost, how long it will take. It's so much easier now with the phones, but I left that to them, obviously.
How cold was it?
Well, it was. We had great weather. I think they've got some big weather coming, but it was blue sky and maybe 5 or 6 degrees. So it was chilly, but there was no wind and it was blue sky. And then we had a couple of days of big fat snowflakes falling.
They can't take anything, those big fat snowflakes.
But we did so much. I've been there a few times before and I haven't sort of played tourist, but we did this time. We went to the Natural History Museum, to the 9/11 Museum. I had been there before. I was really keen for the kids to see that. We went to MoMA, Museum of Modern Art. We went to the Guggenheim. We went to did the Statue of Liberty. We went to the top of the Rockefeller. We also saw a couple of Broadway shows, but we did basketball, NFL, American football, and ice hockey. We did all the sports.
Jeepers.
I know, we fit
What show did
a
you
lot
see?
in. I saw Hamilton.
Great.
Which I hadn't seen here, and I thought, well, if I'm going to see a show, let's see Hamilton. Oh, it was just brilliant. But we were running late to get in there. It was a stressful lead up, and we had to get.
Why were you late? Was this a you or a Jack thing?
It was a bit of both. But
so not Liam. Liam's totally out of the equation.
Liam's
on this one.
furious.
He would have been.
Liam's furious because we hadn't left ourselves enough time.
Of course.
Because I thought, well, walking takes half an hour, and we had walked up there before, but I thought, okay, let's get an Uber. And it was just stuck in traffic the whole time. So we got out and just ran and ran and ran. And I thought we were going to miss the first bit. I was so anxious. And in the end, we walked in at 7:04. The show started at 7:05. We sat down as the actor strides onto the stage and it all begins. But, it's an interesting place, New York, in that to go to any of the museums, to go to any of the sporting events, full security. My hips set it all off. I got patted down. I got this. You had to take. And in the cold weather, take off your coat, take off your beanie. And when you put a beanie on, you think, well, I have to keep it on all day because the hair underneath is going to be dreadful. Taking your beanie off, going through security, going through your bag. And yet, the only place they didn't do that was going into the theatre. Don't they remember that they had a president, Abraham Lincoln, who was assassinated in a theatre?
He was shot in a theatre.
But their laws are weird too from an Australian point of view. Jack's 20. He's 21 in a couple of months. You can't drink until you're 21. But they wanted to see, and even for me at a sporting event, they said your driver's license, you're from overseas, you have to show us your passport. Really? Are you kidding me?
What, to get a beer?
This just happened at one place. And I said, I'm not going to bring my passport to a stadium, take my coat on and off to go through security. I said, I don't think the Australian government would appreciate me just throwing my passport around and carrying it around loosey-goosey, going in and out of my coat.
Yeah.
And she said, sorry, but they're the rules. So I went to the little booth next door and got a drink.
Totally fine.
Yeah. But, you can buy a gun in America. We all know this at age of 18.
Yeah.
You can buy a death machine at 18, but you can't have a drink.
That's what it's about.
Yeah, but we did have a great time. It was great. My two sons have very different characters. Liam is very ordered and structured and likes to know what's happening throughout the day. Jack just likes to sit down and eat oysters and have a beer and, isn't this wonderful?
He's like the Great Gatsby, Jack.
Yeah.
I look at him. 1 minute he's in some sort of pub in Surrey Hills and then he's on some guy's super yacht. You just think, what
But you know
life
what
are you
he
living?
bought while we were away? And he used his own money for this. I was thrilled to shout them this trip. But why wouldn't you buy this when you're overseas? A pair of boxing gloves. He bought some boxing gloves and then he had to squeeze them into his luggage to bring them home. Because the guy in the shop was cool and nice to him and he thought, he could do his pretend boxing in the shop, so he buys his boxing gloves.
What'd you buy me?
I bought you a pen.
Oh, where is this pen?
Actually, I didn't. I bought you some chocolate.
Oh, okay. Where is this chocolate?
I've given you the chocolate.
Oh, have you?
That was your present. And also, Nicolas Cage. Remember? I bought you a magnet that's Nicolas Cage as a pickle.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
I know it's something you've wanted for a long time.
Thank you.